Hi, I'm Henry, and my one excruciating scene is the final fight of X-Men Apocalypse. Mainly the Magneto part. Magneto's arc in X-Men Apocalypse is just... it's the same thing. He's actually settled down, he's created a family, and then he uses his powers once, he gets reported to the police, and he has to kill them after they kill his mutant daughter and his wife, turning him evil. And then he goes back to the factory to figure out who reported him, and then he's killing fools, and then Apocalypse shows up. And then he turns evil, and then Apocalypse increases his power, he just starts destroying the world's nukes, and the vehicles, and the bridges, and that whole very interesting scene. And then he's evil. He's doing evil things. He's destroying humanity, which is, Magneto's kind of deal in the comics. The problem is that Mystique is the one to change him into the good person again, with a little bit of Quicksilver's help. There's the whole thread of maybe Quicksilver's dad is Magneto, which it should be, and the whole Magneto and Mystique connection when he's trying to, from X-Men First Class. Speaking of X-Men First Class, that is perfect in exemplifying who Magneto is. He's a tortured soul. He was captured by the Germans and put in a concentration camp and tortured and tested for his powers by Kevin Bacon's character. And then he kills Kevin Bacon's character. And he turns the missiles back at the American and Russian boats in Cuba, and that is perfect, Magneto. He used to believe in humanity's goodness, but now he doesn't. Now that he sees humanity is afraid of mutants, and he says they should be afraid, because mutants are powerful, and humanity's always afraid of powerful things, so they just try to destroy it. That's perfect, Magneto. X-Men Days of Future Past is strange, because they get Magneto, they make him good again, or essentially they try to get him to do good things. He turns evil, Mystique stops him, and he walks away, he disappears. Is he good? Is he bad? There's a redemption arc over and over and over again. And it's a problem. That goes back to X-Men Apocalypse, where he has settled down with a family. They get killed after his powers are found out. He goes back to kill the people who reported him. And Apocalypse shows up, enhances his power. He shuts out Charles, fully cementing himself in the evil plan that Apocalypse has created. He goes around, launches all the nukes, dismantles them, starts destroying metal things all around the world. And all it takes is Mystique and Quicksilver to talk about him. That scene then enables Magneto to aid in the final battle against Apocalypse. Which, by the way, the final battle, it's alright. It starts to make Jean Grey OP, which is problematic, because, sure, mutants are very powerful, and in the comics, Jean Grey, the Dark Phoenix, is extremely powerful, an Omega-level mutant, all that. But that's the point. She's unlocking her power in this movie, which is supposed to be setting up Dark Phoenix. But the over-reliance on Jean Grey, sure, Cyclops, and the whole Metal X thing, that's cool, that's a cool moment. But the moment behind that is Magneto turning again into the good guy from the bad guy. In the comics, Magneto was just a bad guy the whole time. So this constant cycle, back and forth. Sure, in the comics there are some points at which Magneto becomes good, but they are rare, because he is evil. He is evil in the eyes of humanity. The connection of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X to Charles Xavier and Magneto is apparent, and real, and important. It was stylized after that on purpose. Malcolm X was not a bad person. He was not evil. He just saw his way as the right way. Same thing with Martin Luther King. And that tracks to Charles and Magneto. Charles believes in the good of humanity and works in peaceful solutions, while Magneto seeks action. Magneto is a complicated character. He's a mutant. He's very powerful. He stands up for what he believes in, but the constant cycle of going from good to evil, at least in the eyes of the audience or humanity, is problematic. The constant cycle of Magneto goes even further to Dark Phoenix. When he's hiding in a safe haven for mutants, Jean Grey comes to help him, or to come see him, and now he has to try and re-enter the fight. Which is good, because we get more Magneto. Michael Fassbender as Magneto he's awesome. I love him. But the writing and the directing and the studio presence over Magneto and making him good again over and over is wrong. And that is why the final fight in X-Men Apocalypse is my one excruciating scene.